भगवान श्री राम कृष्ण देव की जय। महामा जय। जय स्वामी जी महाराज जय। जय स्वामी जी की जय। जय भगवान बुद्धदेव की जय। जय भगवान यीशु कृष्ण की जय। जय गंगा माई की जय।
This time also, you have to witness and attain the Shiva Puja Mahashivratri online, and please join with us. A few devotees, our volunteers, they have come, and we 3 monastics, we are here. We will be performing the Shivratri, but not the whole Ratri, not the whole night, but within 1 hour or so. Usually, there are 4 different type of pujas of the Shiva, Lord Shiva, we do, and that we will perform within 1 hour. And before that, as usual, as the tradition of the Ramakrishna Mission, we will be having the puja of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharadamani Devi and Swamiji, and then afterwards the Lord Shiva. They call the meditation on Shiva, Dhyana mantra. The dhyana, it says, Om Dhyayen Nittam Mahesham Rajata Giri Sam Ratna Kalpo Jalangam Parushumigabara Viti Hastam Prasannam Padmasinam Samantat Stuta Amaraganaihi Bagra Kritim Basam Vishadam Vishabijam Nikhila Bhavaharam Panchabakram Trinetram. The Bhagavan Shiva, we are meditating in this form. He was so white, so Rajata Giri Samam, his huge body was like the silver heel, and so bright. He was so beautiful, and he was having a very beautiful face, very strong. At the same time, it was not that muscular. It was having a very proportionate. So that is the description of the Shiva in different places we find. Though he was very strong physically and very handsome, but he was not that way muscular. And he is wearing a tiger skin and also an elephant skin as his dress. Why? This is the symbol, and the story is there. Wanted to kill the Shiva, and he created a very fearful tiger and a huge elephant, and Shiva killed them, and then with their hide, with their skin, he made his own dress. This is the Shiva. Why tiger? Because this is all symbolic. In Hinduism, it's not truly that he is killing a tiger or the elephant, not like that. The story is like that, but it is all symbolic. This is the Shiva, he is having, that is called, the elephant goes on eating. He can control all the sense organs. And the 2 words they have used in the meditation, Vishadyam and Vishya, beginning of the means the beginning, Vishadyam. He is the seed of the creation. You will find in the Hinduism, they have developed the different type of approaches to the same God. In the first approach, that God is universal, everywhere, and not having any form. At the same time, the personal God, sometimes those who are highly exalted life, they are also considered as the God and goddesses. The Hindus, they discovered fast that all-pervading consciousness. When this all-pervading consciousness has created this universe, and the explanation of the creation is the most difficult part of the philosophy. And if you say that it is the permanent creation, it is original creation, the real creation, then you have to give lot of answers to different questions. So the Vedantin, they went on researching and realizing, and slowly they developed that it is not that way the real, but it is apparent creation. Who created? Then it says the Brahma, then they thought of another Vishnu who is sustaining it, and the Shiva, the three gods of the Hindu tradition. These three gods, Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwar, the creator, the sustainer, and ultimately it is taking back the whole thing inside, that is Shiva, the dissolution of the creation. So this is the way it goes. Om Dhayin Nittam Mahesham Rajata Girinibam Charu Chandravatam Sam Ratna Kalpujalangam Parashumrigavaraviti Hastam Prasanyam Padmasinam Samantastuta Amaraga Kritim Basanam Vishyadyam Vishyabijam Nikhila Bhayaharam Panchavakram Trinetram. So we will have the puja. At the same time, we will try to understand the philosophy of this Shaivism. The Shiva, those who are following the Shiva cult, worshipping the Shiva, considering Shiva is the only God, this is called Shaivites. These Shaivites, how they are worshipping the Shiva, that we will slowly, we will try to understand it. But the main thing is whatever it may be, in the Hinduism, it always says that you have to go beyond the limitations. And the going beyond the limitation is the ultimate. And the practices to go beyond the limitation is called tapasya. We will discuss about that afterwards. Most of you are aware that the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's, the divine birth, they are also attached with Shiva. When his mother, Chandramani Devi, was standing with some of her friends before a Shiva temple that is still there, and that in that Shiva temple, from the small Shiva temple it is famous as the Jugi Shiva temple. Now in that Shiva temple, from that Shiva temple, light description is there. Those who are interested, if you read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you will find that wonderfully it has been described. Standing before the Shiva temple, of lights came and almost entered into her person. So that is the way the Lord Shiva manifested as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna's father, almost at the same time of Vishnu, who wanted to be as his son, to born as his son. And again the mother saw that the with 4 heads, he also came, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, these 3 gods in one form as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So that's why we always say the Sarva Deva Devi Sarupa. He is the embodiment of all the gods and goddesses. And very interestingly, the mother of Swami Vivekananda, she also prayed continuously to the Lord Shiva for a son. And she prayed, prayed and prayed. Then, ultimately, one night, she saw the dream that the Lord Shiva is raising from his meditation. He is getting up and the whole world is trembling. That Lord Shiva, as if coming to her to become her son. And that was Swami Vivekananda. Who is this Shiva? This is auspiciousness, the purity. In every philosophy you will find the mythologies, the stories. Are they just simple stories, imaginations? No. These imaginations also has the truth behind. Otherwise, why almost in the great soul we find this type of the visions? In the case of the Lord Jesus, it was not the mother, but the 5 wise men. They saw, they understood, and they followed the star. And Lord Buddha's mother also, she, as the other mothers also saw, and in that dream she saw that white elephants are coming. This is the Lord Buddha. Before that, so this is the Lord Shiva came manifested in the form of Swami Vivekananda also. Swami Sri Ramakrishna once said, that when he will understand his real nature, he will give up his body. Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda meditated and he went into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But at the same time, at the behest of his guru, he was working hard to establish the Dharma. Then ultimately, the Vivekananda wanted to visit the famous Shiva Pilgrim Center, Amarnath in Kashmir in India. And after reaching over there, he saw the Lord Shiva, and immediately he realized that he is nothing but the Lord Shiva himself. When he came back, he said, now my mission is over. I am not going to work anymore. Own abode. So these are the beautiful stories are there. These are the incidents. These are the histories that we find, and that inspires us. Inspired to become good. Inspired to become spiritual. Inspired to utilize the human life. In this human life, we are blessed because we have the capacity to understand so many things. We can do so many things. But only thing, unfortunately, we always have doubts about our real nature. we are eager to manifest our intellect. And the intellect is nothing but the reflection of the original, the Brahman or the consciousness on our intellect, the buddhi. So if we can understand that, then what will happen? What do you want? Everything we can achieve in this world and in the after world also. And if we can truly understand that this world is nothing but the changing, then we can concentrate our mind and we will go to the Shiva. That is auspiciousness, that is eternal. Friends, I don't know whether it will be possible for me to translate the whole stotra that Swami Vivekananda, the embodiment of Shiva himself, he composed. And if you are interested, I think you can find out the Shiva Stotram by Swami Vivekananda with his English meaning. But I will chant this stotra. Pana janma stema bhanga paroha lita mahimana kalpita yatra tasmin subimala gaganabhi Isha samstepya nishe subimala gaganabhi Isha samstepya nishe mama bhavatu bhaveshmin bhasuro bhavabandha Mama bhavatu bhaveshmin bhasuro bhavabandha Nihata nikhila mohe dhishataya rudha prakatita parapremna Yoma Ashithila pari Prema rupasya yasya Hridi pranayati Vyajamatram Hridi pranayati Vyajamatram Vibhutvam Bahati Vipulabhata Purva Samskara Rupaha Vidalati Balabrindam Ghurnite Ormimala Prachalati Khalu Jungmam Yushmad Ashmad Pratitam Oti Vikalita Rupam Naumi Chittam Shivastam Ati Vikalita Rupam Naumi Chittam Shivastam Janaka Janita Bhavo Brittaya Samskritascha Nana Bahurupa Yatra Chaiko Yathartha Shamita Brikriti Bhati Yatra Nantar Bahischa Tamaha Haramide Chitta Brite Nirodham Tamaha Haramide Chitta Brite Nirodham Galita Timiramala Shubhrateja Prakasho Dhabala Kamala Shobha Jnana Punjatya Hasa Yami Jana Hridi Gamyo Alodhyayamana Pranatamabatu Mamsa Manaso Rajahamsa Pranatamabatu Mamsa Manaso Rajahamsa Durita Dalana Daksham Daksha Jadatta Dosham Kalita Kalikalankam Kamra Kalhara Kantam Parahita Karanaya Prana Pracheda Pritam Parahita Karanaya Prana Pracheda Pritam Nayuktam Neelakantham Namamaha Natanayana Niyuktam Neelakantham Namamaha. In these last two lines, Swami Vivekananda mentioned Parahita Karanaya, the one who is ever ready to help others, for the betterment of others. Parahita. And that is Lord Shiva. He was a historical person. Many of the scholars, they say Shiva was there. It's not absolutely an imagination. But you always, different stories are added. So that may be there. But the one thing is very clear in the life of Lord Shiva, he was always ready to sacrifice himself for the betterment of others. And that is the unique characteristics of each and every great personalities whom we consider as avatara. They are always ready to help others, even to sacrifice themselves. And we find the same thing in the life of Lord Jesus. He could save himself. He could go away. He knew that they are planning to arrest him. But he waited and he sacrificed his life so that people. Lord Shiva also we find that he was ready to sacrifice. When you know the story, the great story of the ocean churning. When they were churning the ocean, the wonderful things were coming up. And then ultimately, when the venom, the poison started, no one to accept that. When the good things were coming up, there were people, there were gods, and they were sharing. There was no one. The tremendous poison, the huge poison that was going to kill the whole world. Then they went to the Lord Shiva, always in meditative mood. And then Lord Shiva, when heard that the creation is going to be destroyed with this, immediately he came and he took the poison himself. He was a great yogi. So he controlled, he took that, sipped that, swallowed that, and then kept it only in the throat. It didn't go and do any harm to him. So Nilakanta, because of the poison, his throat took that color. This is Shiva. Those who claim themselves as a Saivite, those who think that they will worship Shiva, and this is the quality that they should develop. This is called unself. God is nothing but the love and unselfishness. The great love that the Lord Shiva was having for the creatures. And when he found that the creatures are going to be destroyed, immediately he came and he was ready to sacrifice himself. So that is called the love and unselfishness, and that is Lord, that is God. So when you talk about God, that God is someone, the living far away somewhere. It is not. It's the unique quality that the God has given even in the human being. God, how? By developing that quality. That's why Swami Vivekananda to manifest the divinity. What is religion? Is the manifestation of the divinity already within you. And what is that divinity? Love. Parahita karanaya. Happily, he was ready to sacrifice his life. And this Natanayana niyuktam. What is Natanayana? Those who are humble and that he is going to bless them. Swami Vivekananda composed a song for the Shiva. If possible, you can also join me in singing, sitting in your own shrines, and many of you know it. It's a small four lines, the song, but very wonderfully describing the Lord. Lord Shiva, he created the tala. Tala means the rhythm. And from that only the music, the conception of music has come. The Hindus, they believe that Lord Shiva is the creator also, but he created the culture. And the West culture, the expression of your thought passing through the music with tune, and at the same time a gesture of your body physically. The song and dance. The dance is the highest way of expressing the thoughts, the ideas. And if you notice the way the development of the dances, sometimes people, whenever there will be rhythm, you feel like moving your hands and legs and the body and the head. But when that comes in a very beautiful way with the gesture, and particularly the eye, the finger, hand's finger, also that is called the dance. You are expressing a beautiful thought, an idea through your physical gestures. That is called dance. And it is the expression of the very high culture. The Shiva, he was that. Now, when we look at the religion, we see that the basic is the success in the mundane life. If you are always hungry, you are poor, and you cannot concentrate your mind for the higher thoughts. Comfortable, then you can put your understanding what are the things in different places, different parts. And to know different things, you are curious to know, that is called education. Then goes to a higher, that's called culture. You are expressing your thought forms, maybe sometimes to the poetry, sometimes the songs, sometimes the dances, sometimes paintings. Expressing that through the cooking and your dress, everything. Now, Swami Vivekananda, he is beginning stage of human growth, economy, education, culture, then great, and from ultimately Tathaiya Tathaiya Nache Bhola, Tathaiya Tathaiya Nache Bhola, Bam Baba Bajega. He is not having any instruments to play, so he is Tathaiya Tathaiya Nache Bhola. Another name of Shiva, Bhola. Bam Baba Bajegal, Damaru Baje, Dimi 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 Damaru Baje, Duliche. Shiva is wearing the garland of the skull. The garland of skull, because the Kapalika, the skull is the symbol of intellect. The same human skull, our mother Kali is also having as a garland. As you know, that is all symbol. Mother never killed anyone. Shiva also never killed anyone. Of intellect. And intellect is the, education is the power. Intellect is the power. Intellect is the source utilizing which one can get liberation. The Shiva is giving the damaru, is a one type of small the musical instrument, and that damaru he is playing, and at the same time when he is dancing, that the girl on the skull is also swinging on his chest. Tathaiya, tathaiya, nache bhola. Tathaiya, tathaiya, nache bhola. Bam baba baje gal. Bam baba baje gal. Dimi 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 damaru baje. Damaru baje. Duliche kapal mal. Tathaiya, tathaiya, nache bhola. Garaje ganga jata maje. Ugare anal trishul raje. Garaje ganga jata maje. The matted hair, Shiva's beauty is his matted hair. The Shiva himself was so beautiful, it was not necessary to apply anything else. So, but he was not careful about his physical beauty, and his hair became long and matted. And you will still find many the sadhakas, they keep like that. It is a symbol of austerity, that they are not careful about the physical body, so this is the Shiva. And Swamiji is mentioning the Ganga, the purity, the auspiciousness, that is inside that. The Shiva is auspicious, pure. And Shiva is living in the Himalaya. And from the Himalayan glacier, only the Ganga is flowing. So it is considered as if the Shiva is the main source of the Ganga, the purity that is coming in the form of water and traveling all over the land of the Bharatvarsha, the India. So that is why the Ganga is considered so holy, the water of Ganga. So consciousness. Ugare anala trishula raje. This trishula, the trident that the Shiva is holding, is a symbol of the Satya Rajatama. These are the three qualities that is creating. The creation, we see very good people, mediocre people, very bad people. So these three types of people, where from it is coming? Because of the three qualities. And this best quality, the good quality, the love, sacrifice, help, consideration, this is called sattva, and then comes the mixture of bad and good, and mainly expressed through ego, that is raja. And the third is the tama, all bad qualities. They will never help, they will rather try to do some harm to the people unnecessarily. So these three qualities, the Shiva is destroying these three qualities. So this is the trident. It is having the three sharp heads, and that is called trident, and with that he is killing, destroying the three qualities. What happens after that? The moment one goes beyond the three qualities, one gets liberation. That's why Shiva is the Lord who gives liberation, mukti. How? By removing sattva, raja, tama. Is it not very interesting to know that even the sattva quality, the good quality, also should go away? You know, if you have the good quality, what happens? You always feel for others, and you always go to help others. And by that way, your mind is also disturbed. So that is the reason the Hindus, they say you have to go beyond that too. How? You have to understand the Lord is doing everything. It is because of the Lord, the God, sustaining and also destroying. So we have to understand this. And who am I to think for others? That is the ultimate. So this is the way, if we understand, we will understand the religion much better way. See, so many things the pujari is doing. This is called ritual. The ritual is the basis of religion. In every religion, you will find a lot of rituals, because through ritual only we get interested, and then we try to understand. From the ritual, we go to morality. We understand that if we have, we must help others. We must cooperate with others. We must feel for others. The good qualities are manifesting. After the ritual, the morality. And after the morality comes philosophy, understanding. We should understand why we should help others. Why we are thinking that God has created. All these analysis, analytical way, systematically, we will understand. Our curiosity will be satisfied. So, ritual, then morality, then come the spirituality. So, this is the way we can understand. And three kala also there, so the trident, the Shiva is having that. Then it is the fire. Fire means is the illumination. Fire burns. Fire removes the darkness. So Swami Vivekananda writes, Dhak 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 jale sharsha. Bhal means from the third eye, from there, as if the fire is coming, the light is coming, is the embodiment of the illumination. Now, let us sing the song. Tathaya, tathaya, nache bhola. Tathaya, tathaya, nache bhola. Bam baba baje gal. Bam baba baje gal. Damaru baje. Dimi 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 damaru baje. Duliche kal. Tathaya, tathaya, nache bhola. Arje ganga jata maje. Raje garje ganga jata maje ugare anal trishul raje dhak 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 mouli bandha jwale tathaya tathaya. You know, in Belur Math, the brahmacharis, the three of them will be selected, and one who is little heavy, well built, will become the Shiva, the poor man. He will be dancing for the whole night, he has to dance. So he should be strong enough. And moreover, whole day without water fasting. You cannot even drink the water. So that way you have to fast, and then you will have two supporters, Nandi and Bringi. So Nandi, Bringi, the two, one Nandi is sitting over here, he is a representative of the animal kingdom, is a very big, strong bull. Bull is the symbol of prosperity. In the olden days, everywhere, all over the world, they used to tilt the land with the help of the bull. So that is the bull is the symbol of prosperity, and it is Nandi Bringi. The Nandi Bringi, that is also very peculiar. He is the representative of the bad people. They are the bhutas, the jivas, but having also good qualities within them, but behave very peculiarly. They are very bad looking people, and in the world they don't get any attention. So the Shiva says, come to me. For Shiva, everything is all right. So that animal kingdom and the kingdom of the ghost, we can say, with the Shiva, and Shiva is dancing. And in the evening like this, after the and whole night there will be. So you can imagine, after fasting, if you have to come and dance and again go, and the Shiva and his companies, they will sit outside, and in the winter time naturally is cool, and again they will be called, they will come and dance, and that is also on the stone floor. It is so difficult. And when they are dancing, all the Swamis, Brahmacharis and the devotees, they will be watching and singing. Of course, you forget the physical pain that time. And they will sing not only slow rhythm, very fast rhythm. So the Shiva, you have to dance according to the rhythm. And they will be singing like this. Tathaiya tathaiya nache bhola, tathaiya tathaiya nache bhola, bam baba baje gal, bam baba baje gal, dimi 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 damaru baje, dimi 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 damaru baje, duliche kapal mal, tathaiya tathaiya nache bhola. There are really 80 brahmacharis, and they can play the drums and so many. So I am 3 day of the Belur Math, and it's always very happy occasion the whole night, and sometimes you will feel then what to do. You have to go out and roam. There are so many temples are there. So we seniors used to say, is this out of devotion or to drive away the sleep? So that you are visiting, so that they could understand that we are walking. So this is the joy, at the same time learning, and then the austerity, and slowly we ourselves. That is the ultimate goal. We have to become Shiva. We have to become auspicious, and only by practicing the love and unselfishness. Practice so easily because we are deeply rooted with the selfishness. We cannot think of anything else but ourselves. So this type of qualities are necessary.
Shivratri dadam argham prasida humaya saha. Om Namah Esha, Om Namah Shivaya, Esha Arva Shivaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya, Idam Ashmane Shivaya Namaha.
Shiva, as we know, the Shiva is also known as the Rudra. The very wonderful way the same one, and Rudra, the terrible one. So when he is giving the blessings, the love, at the same time he is also punishing. So this two blend is called Mahashiva. The Shaivism So that developed on this, the Shiva card. And this Shiva, it has again branches. The one branch name is Kala. They will be painting their face with the black color so that the people don't recognize them. They want to hide. They want to go in the seclusion. If you are always with the people, and then you won't be able to concentrate your mind. That's why the Kala Mukha. When we joined the Ramakrishna order, and not directly, the instruction was try to avoid the people, including your relatives, your parents and relatives and friends and known people, and also the people. Why? Because in the formation time, if you are mixing with the people, talking with them, discussing many different things, so that power, the influence the mind. So that is why we always used to be inside. So if you have to continue like the 10 years, and if you can continue like that, then obviously the very strong, your mind becomes strong and you understand. Not that we are hating people, but only to prepare the mind for a high philosophy, and it is necessary. Because the strong attractions of the worldly things, you have to withdraw from there. So that is the way. The Kala Mukhas are also like that. But people don't like it, they will be telling that these people are behaving this way. A lot of things about them. But they worship Shiva. Another is Kapalika. The people are very much afraid about the Kapalikas. They are very fearful type of people, having the long matted hair on their head, the long beard, and with the trident they will go here and there shouting also. The people are afraid. The idea is the same. To keep the ordinary people, the worldly minded people away from them. That's called Kapalika. And then this name came from the Kapala, that is the human skull. To frighten the people, they will be using this human skull as their utensil. They will be carrying the burden of the human skull. People are very much afraid of them. Some are really, really good. They understand things and they develop the spirituality. It is not in every walks of life, in every educational way, that it is not education. Slowly you are developing. There will be some people, they won't understand it properly, but they are not the ideal people. We cannot say that Kapalikas are bad. There may be one or two who are not properly utilizing this philosophy. This is the Kapalikas. Then Pashupata. This Pashupata Pashupati, the card, this group, they have Pancha Artha, Panchartha. This Panchartha, they follow this Panchartha. What the practices that should do? Pancha Artha. Value. The 5 values. What are the 5 values? First is Karana. Karana is the source. Then Karya. Karya means the effect, the work. Then Yoga. Then Vidhi and Dukkhanta. The last is the Dukkhanta. That is the result, the removal of all misery. And the Pashupati, Shiva is also known as Pashupati. He is the master of all the Pashus. And usually the word Pashu means animal. Shiva tradition is the Pashu means the human soul. And it will say, what is the Karana, the cause of the universe? It is Lord Shiva. In Hinduism, this is but the same thing they will say, same meaning. But you have the right to say from the Lord Shiva, whom I love and I worship, from the Lord Shiva only, the creation came. So he said that from the Lord Shiva the creation came. And they will be calling the Lord Shiva by different names. The Shiva is known as the Rudra. Shiva is known as the Shankara. Shiva is also known as the Kala. Kala means the time. He is also known as the Aghora. He is known as the Sarva and also Sharva. That little difference, Sarva and Sharva. Tat Purusha, Ishana and Ishvara. All these names, then in all these names, there are so many names are there. Rudra, Shankara, Kala, Aghora, Sarva, Sharva, Tatpurusha, Ishana, Ishvara, these are all, and he is Anadi. Now this group, the Pashupati cult, and they are having the 5 main values. They say that Shiva is the creator, Shivas have very many names, and Shiva is Anadi, eternal, na Adi. There is no beginning. You know that immediately there will be mythology, and in the mythology they will give the story so that you can understand the philosophy. And it says, is not having the beginning. No Adi, no means negative, Adi means beginning, so no beginning. The God will naturally have an end, it cannot be. So always the God, the Creator, the Supreme is not having any beginning. Anything that begins, it ends also. When there is a birth, there is death also. So Shiva is Anadi. And it's also Abhaya. Abhaya means indestructible. You cannot destroy the Shiva. About the beginning, there's a story. One day, the Brahma and Vishnu, they were traveling. Suddenly they saw a huge lighted pillar coming from below and going upwards. They became curious and said, where from it is coming and where it is going and what is it? So the Brahma and the Vishnu, they decided, Brahma told, let me go downwards and then see the beginning of it, end of it. And we will come and meet again over here. So both of them, they traveled for a long, long time. But the Brahma could not reach in the beginning of that huge pillar. That is Shiva Linga. The Shiva Linga, when you say, that is the Shiva. The Linga is, there is also sometimes some people, they narrate the meaning in a different way, but Swami Vivekananda didn't like it. It is the eternity. And it is the beginning is not with anything. So that is the original. The Brahma came back and Vishnu also came back exhausted. And when the Brahma asked Vishnu, could you go and see where it is reaching, the final place? The Vishnu said, no, eternally it is going on. So I am tired, I have come back. What about you? Now, unfortunately, Brahma got tempted. Brahma thought, if I say a little, adjusting my experience, then I'll be better than Vishnu. Vishnu couldn't reach the end, but I have gone to the end. He said, yes, I saw where from it has begun. But it was a lie. Because of that lie, the Brahma is not worshipped anywhere. If you go to India, there will be so many temples, millions of temples everywhere, but not the temple of Brahma. That is very peculiar. Only one place the Brahma is having a temple, that is called Pushkar in the middle India, the Rajasthan. The Pushkar, only the Brahma. Why? Because of this. He got the punishment from the Shiva. If you have lied, so you are not going to get the puja or respect from anyone. So if you are denying that Shiva is eternal, you will never get the respect. So that is what it says. Now, is a karya. What is this karya? Karya is jiva. Jiva asatantra. I am telling the philosophy of this cult. The jivas means the individual soul. They are always depending on the Lord. That's called asatantra. These are also known as pashu. Our soul, individual soul, are known as pashu. So that's why it is not the animals, it is the individual self. And the Pashupati is the master of the individual self. Why Pashu? Because we are bound. Pasha. Pasha means the binding. Bind by what? Desire. Every individual is having so many desires. And because of the desire, we are bound to our karma. And then we are taking birth again and again. So they say it is Pashu. There are two different types of Pashus of the individual self. One is Sanjana, Sa Anjana. Anjana means defects. What is the defects? The desire. So there are people, majority of the people, Sa Anjana. But there are few, Niranjana. They are free from desire. But if you have a desire for God realization, it is not desire. If you like to meditate and see God within your heart, it is not desire. So these people are Niranjana, Sa Anjana and Niranjana. Now, what are the practices that will make you from Anjana to Niranjana? It says that it is the non-violence, ahimsa. Ahimsa means constant love. Ahimsa, there are so many wrong interpretations of the ahimsa because the Buddhism, that was the ahimsa did, so that is the reason. The ahimsa means non-violence, then celibacy, brahmacharya, then satya, speaking the truth, holding the truth, then non-accumulating of things which you don't want. You are going on accumulating, that is called asangraha. Then sadhana, sadhana is the practices. And another set of practices called akrodha, conquer of the anger. Guru seva, service to the Guru. Shaucha, cleanliness. Mitahara, moderation in eating. And jagatkara, jagratkara is the vigilance. Why the whole night in the Shivratri day you are supposed to vigil, you are supposed to watch. So that is because you must watch your mind all the time. that is called Jagatkara, Jagratkara. And they are having the Bidhis. What is the Bidhi? The simple living. Avoid the people who are constantly telling the lies and talking about only the body and the senses. They don't understand anything but the money. This type of people one should avoid if he wants to get the blessings of Lord Shiva. Then japa. What they will do the japa? The Shiva mantra is open. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva is for the public, for the ordinary people. The Shiva mantra is also open mantra. Om Namah Shivaya. Then visiting Shiva temple and going on helping the poor people. Then lastly, dukkanta, cessation of the suffering. If we do all this, what is the ultimate result? Dukkanta. Friends, because different type of sects are there, followers are there, they are worshipping the same Shiva, but because of the interpretation, they become small group. Another group is called Veerasaivism. The Veerasaivism is a very orthodox, and they are also known as Lingayat. In the Lingayat, because they worship the Shiva Linga, and they will never worship the Shiva in picture or in the Linga, that we are worshipping over here, that is Shiva Linga. But we are keeping so we are both, the Lingayat and also other sects. So this is Lingayat, they will only worship the Linga, the Shiva, and not only that, from on their chest. All the time they will keep that. Siddhanta, they say. Another group is there, the Kashmir. Saiva Siddhanta and Kashmir are the Shiva, the cult. In the main Shiva, all the Hindus, they like to go at least for once in their life, is called Vishwanatha. He is in the Kashi. And always they say the great God. All Hindus, they always believe we should, at least for one time, we will go to the Kashi. Vrindavan is for the Vaishnavas, and the Kashi, it is for the Saivites. So, all the Shivas, they will go in the, and you know what, there's a big Shiva temple is there, but the history, there are some understand that they came, they captured, these are different political things are happened there, but still the devotion for the Shiva is there. Early morning at 2 o'clock, if you go, 2 or 3 o'clock, you will find the people, they are going towards the Ganga to take the bath, and Om Namah Shivaya, Hara Hara Mahadev. The whole night, the people, and they will come and worship the Lord Shiva. Shankaracharya, though he was a Vedantin, the Ashtakam, the 8th stanza. We don't have much time, so we will sing this. Ganga taranga ramaniya jata kalapam Gauri nirantara vibhushita vama bhagam Narayana priya ananga madapaharam Varanasi purapatim bhaja vishwanath Chama gochara aneka guna Bhagisha Vishnu Surase Bitapada Pitam वामेन विग्रहवरेण कलत्रबन्तम् वाराणसीपुरपतिं भज विश्वनाथम्. I always feel when you are chanting this, if you can imagine that you are bringing the holy water from the Ganga and coming to the Lord Shiva in the Varanasi, in the Kashi Vishwanath, and pouring the Ganga water, and next you are pouring the milk, again you are pouring Ganga water, again the yogurt, again Ganga water washing the Shiva, then you are pouring the ghee, the clarified butter, again Ganga water, and then ultimately the honey, and then the Ganga water. By that way, you are worshipping the whole Shiva. We will be chanting those mantras, and sitting in your own shrine, you can offer those. Now, when I am chanting this, you imagine that you are bringing Ganga water and putting on the head of the Lord Shiva, sitting in the Kashi, the great Lord. Bhutadipam bhujagbhushanabhushitangam Vyaghrajinambaradharam jatilam trinetram Pashankushabhayabara pradashulapanim Varanasi purapatim bhajam Shitangshu shobhita kirita virajamanam Bhalekshananalabhisho Shitapanchavanam Nagadhiparachitava Surakana Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Panchananam Duritamatya Matangajana Nagantakam Manujapungava Panyaganam Davanalam Maranashoka Jaratavinam Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Tejomayam Sadunane Gunavaditiyam Anandakandamapara Jitamaprameyam Nadattakam Shakalanish Kalamatmarupam Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Asham Vihaya Paririta Parasya Nindam Papiratim Cha Sunivaya Manasamadho Adaya Hrit Kamalamadhyagatam Parisham Varanasi Pura Vishwanatham Varanasi Purapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham Ragadi Dosharahitam Swajananuragam Bahiraga Shanti Nilayam Girija Sahayam Madhurja Dhairya Subhagam Garalabhiramam Vapatim Vishwanatham Mulapatim Bhaja Vishwanatham.
शिवाय इदं पार्थतपं शिवाय नमः. Om
Pushpanjali and after the arati. The Pushpanjali means you have to pour the water, and if you are having the milk, at the Shivalinga, then pour the milk on the Shivalinga, then pour the water. First water, then milk, then again water, then yogurt, then water. Then the clarified butter, then water. Then our honey, and then finally the water. The four mantras I will say, we will do it after the Bhoga Arati. The Shiva, the Bhoga is over, now the Arati will be there. Har Mahadev. Om Namah Shivaya. Devotees, those who are you are in their own shrine, so I will chant 4 mantras, and in the 4 times usually you have to put, but now at what time, one time you can do it. The first prahara, I am now telling the mantra, and you please pour the water. This is only with the water. Om Om Ishanaya Nama Idam Shirasnaniyam Shivaya Namaha. This is again you are telling Om Nama Shivaya Idam Snaniyam Namaha. Second. Now this time with the yogurt, Om Om Agharaya Namaha Aniyam Shivaya Namaha. Say again, Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namaha. Now third, this time you are giving Ajjasnaniyam. Om Om Vamadevaya Namaha Idam Ajjasnaniyam Shivaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Idam Snaniyam Shivaya Namaha. Then fourth, Om Om Satyajataya Nama Idam Madhusnaniyam Shivaya Namaha. And now you are putting the water for the final time. Om Namah Shivaya Idam Snaniyam Shivaya Namaha. And then take the flower. Now offer them and the pranam mantra. Namah Shivaya Shantaya Karanatraya Hetabe Nivedayami Chatmanam Gatistam Parameshwaraha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Namaha. Please say with me, Jai Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Dev Ki Jai. Jai Mahamai Ki Jai. Jai Swami Ji Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Mahadev Ki Jai. Now it is over now. Please complete the close it.